I chose this life. I chose the having cake for lunch life. Hey guys, I know I don't do this very often, but today I'm going to bake something. And there's a lot of ingredients in front of me. And you're probably like, Candace, you've lost your mind. You're not very good at baking. Why would you bake with so many ingredients? Well, today I'm gonna show you how to make one of the easiest foolproof chocolate cakes ever. Hey guys, I'm Candace the Edgy Veg. And if you're new here, hello, bonjour. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on new delicious vegan recipes every single week. So like I said earlier, today I'm gonna show you how to make the easiest, quickest, like no-brainer foolproof chocolate cake. You don't really need any replacements of any sort. No egg replacers, no nothing like that. It's just really simple, quick, easy ingredients. Chances are if you bake at all, these are definitely going to be in your place. I'm just gonna use basic flour, sugar, cocoa powder, of course, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. And then because it is a really delicious, easy chocolate cake, I like to bring out the chocolate flavor with a little bit of espresso powder or instant coffee. On the wet side of things, we are going to use just whatever your favorite plant-based milk is. I have soy milk, some applesauce, vanilla, vinegar, and coconut oil, which is over here melting. So it's really simple, it's quick, it's easy. I always have some sort of version of this in my fridge. I'm gonna show you how to do some quick, easy substitutions. So if you're gluten-free, for example, you can use 1-to-1 Bob's Red Mill gluten-free flour to do that. And then it's gluten-free, which is amazing. All right, so let's whip this guy up. So in a large bowl, we're going to start with our dry ingredients. So I have some flour here. I'm gonna add that into the bowl. So like I said, if you want this to be gluten-free, you can just add the Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 gluten-free flour substitute. Or if you have like your favorite brand of 1-to-1 flour that's gluten-free, that works too. We have some sugar. I'm going to add my cocoa powder. Now what I've done is I've sifted both the cocoa powder and I've sifted the flour. Cocoa powder and the flour were both sifted. Our espresso powder, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. And then whisk that all together. You want to do the majority of the whisking here because once we add in the wet to this, you don't want to overmix it. I like to just use a little whisk and really get any lumps out of there, but if you sifted everything properly, there shouldn't be too many. I'm going to very slowly mix in my wet into my dry ingredients. And you don't want to overmix this too much because then you're making that chemical reaction between the sodas, the baking soda, the baking powder, and the vinegar happen too quickly. So, but you definitely want it to be incorporated. You just don't want to overmix it. It's going to look quite liquidy, but that's okay. So I like this recipe because it turns out every single time. You don't have to worry about egg replacers or vegan butter or anything like that. So this will make one kind of layered cake, one 9-inch layered cake, or 24 or 24 cupcakes. And honestly, if I have to throw a cake together for whatever reason out of nowhere or like last minute, or if I'm having people over and I don't have anything in the house to like serve outside of my backyard with my wine, and I like to serve dessert with wine, then I will just kind of throw this together. And a lot of those pre-made icings in the grocery store are accidentally vegan. So you don't even have to really worry about the icing if you don't want to. I mean, if you prefer homemade icing, do that. This is a great base for like German chocolate cake with, you know, that like amazing coconut icing that it has. Brown sugar and coconut, oh, it's so good. It's the perfect base for that. Or if you wanted to do like a Black Forest cake, this is a great base for that. Or just like a chocolate on chocolate birthday cake. Okay, so now I have my lined baking pans here. These are both 9-inch. I just grease them and line them with parchment. If you have a silicone baking pan like this is a spring form. You don't really have to worry about lining it like this. I just hate more than anything else, and I have such bad luck with it, when the cake sticks to the pan. So that's also why I use springform pans, because I find that they're easier to get the cake out. So I'm going to evenly divide this cake batter between these two guys, and then we're gonna bake it. These are the types of like baking hacks that I like to share because I'm not good at baking. Baking is more of a science. Cooking is more of like an art, if you will. There's a lot more creative freedom with cooking than there is baking. I hope to get better at baking one day. Maybe I'll take some sort of like a baking course or something. If you are a little bit skeptical or you tend to go to those boxed cake mixes, which are also happen to be vegan because of the cheaper ingredients used in those, then this, especially if you don't have a boxed cake mix at home, This is actually quite simple, and I believe that you can throw it together. All right, I'm going to throw this into my oven. I'm going to bake it at 350 for 30 minutes. So I have 2 chilled, cooled to the touch cakes. I let them sit for a few hours. I just covered them just to make sure that they were completely cooled, because there's nothing worse than icing. You think a cake's cooled and then you start arsing it. That's a totally different channel. There will be no sitting on these cakes, thank you. Icing it and then it starts dripping down. So I just let it cool for a while. And now we can ice it. So I just have chocolate icing, chocolate cake. Who doesn't like chocolate cake? I mean, you can add whatever icing you want to it. So I'm just gonna plop it on there, one of them, and just very crudely, roughly, because I'm not good at cake decorating, but I'm just going to kind of roughly ice it. I mean, this part is really up to you. So again, whatever frosting, icing, whatever you want to put on it, or if you just want to leave it as is, that's fine. I did flip the cakes upside down so that it's nice and flat on the top here. And I love a layered cake with lots of frosting in the middle. Ooh. So that's what we're gonna do. And I put my little cake stand onto a Lazy Susan because then I can move it around freely and it's just a lot easier. As my I'm not good at icing cakes has taught me, is that this is definitely easier on me. It's easier on you when you're watching. It's good for everyone. All right, so just a big blob in the middle, spread it out. The other guy on top and do the same thing. Okay, so we have this guy iced. I'm going to decide if I want to ice the sides or not, depending on how this looks with the top layer. But I'm gonna center it. I hope that's centered. Yes, perfect. So again, icing on the top, and then I can just bring it down the sides. A fun trick if you are using store-bought icing is just throw it into your, I mean, if you have an electric mixer, just the hand mixer, you can use that. Just whip it up and it just whips some air into it and it makes it nice and fluffy. And then it kind of looks like you made it from scratch, but you didn't. Cake hack for you. I already have anxiety about the comments that people are going to make about how I'm not doing this correctly. And that's okay. And making a mess, because that's how I do things around here. All right, I'm just gonna slop it on there and then clean it up at the end. I kind of just like the look of naked cakes, so that's what we're gonna do. Plus I'm lazy. All right, guys, now is the moment of truth. It's time to eat. Oh, so good. It really is just the easiest chocolate cake, and it's so easy and moist and delicious and tasty. And the espresso powder or instant coffee, whichever one you decide to use, just really deepens the flavor of the chocolate. It really brings it out. If you're looking for like a quick, easy cake, no brainer, probably have all the ingredients at home, this is definitely the way to go. And then just throw your favorite icing on there, or buy some from the store and whip it up and throw it on there. You can make it look pretty with just some shaved chocolate, and it's really that easy. And if I pull this off and didn't screw it up, then you'll have no problem. Make this. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any recipe requests. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I love that I'm having cake for lunch. So happy.